All right, dude here. After my weigh-in yesterday, I got thinking. Dude's thinking. I knew at the time this last weekend that I should not have eaten the Doritos. And I did anyway, right? But I knew it at the time. When I bought them, I knew it. When I was sitting on the couch starting to eat them, I knew it. And yet I did it anyway, right? And there's two ways to look at things. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm not beating myself up. I tend to analyze. I analyze human behavior. I want to know why I did what I did, what makes me tick, right? Because I believe that there is not enough people in this world that are able to actually look in the mirror and say, what am I doing? Where am I at right now? Why did I do that? How can I change that? What can I do better tomorrow or later on today or what have you? And I think that's important, especially when we're talking about weight loss, transformation, bettering ourselves, personal development, all that kind of stuff. So it's not, and I came to kind of the realization, like it's not just about food. Some people eat for comfort. But if you look, and if we all, here's the deal. We all have things, right? Some people, I even know some people on here sometimes are like, well, food's not my issue, right? Well, maybe food is not your issue. And that is wonderful if it's not, because some people have mastered the diet, right? They enjoy the way they eat. There's a few of you here actually who are regulars who make comments that go, I just don't understand that, right? Like, I don't understand how you can look at a bag of Doritos and just go, I got to have that. And you tear into it and, you mack it all down and whatever. And look, if you don't get that, like, that's totally fine. I made a comment in my video the other day and I said basically like, if that's not your issue, trust me, we'll go down a list. We'll find one that's your issue. Because we all have them, right? And I think we all have these things, and there's a reason behind it. There's always a deeper layer, a deeper meaning, and I think ultimately, in some form or another, that it's all a form of escapism. It's all a form of hiding pain, and that could be anything. I don't know what it is for you, but it could be childhood trauma. It could be a bad life event that has happened to you recently. But if we just go through a little list here, like food. People eat food for comfort. I've had a bad day, I'm depressed, I'm sad, whatever. Boom, bury my face into a cheesecake or, a bag of Doritos or chips and dip or something that is your weakness because you find comfort there. You're trying to find comfort and go home to something, Now, I don't understand this one, but many of you here do. Alcohol, okay? I drank once in my life. Not once. I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, okay? Some people become pure, full-blown alcoholics. I had a couple of you leave a comment in the last couple of videos that said, alcohol is something you turn to. Why do people drink? The party dude, shaw dude, that guy says, well, I smoke weed or I drink, whatever, because I like it, because it's fun, man, No, most people would admit, especially if they've been through AA or they're alcoholics or things like that, or they've been addicted to drugs and those kind of things, maybe some of those things start as recreation, just like chips and salsa at a party. It's fun. People are social gathering where we're enjoying it. But at some point it crosses over into more of an addiction or something that you're using it to escape. And a lot of times it's because I think there's pain in your life, past trauma, things you're stress, anxiety, things you're dealing with, and bam, you look for that out. Shopping. What about shopping? Some people go, oh, well, I don't overeat and I don't do drugs or alcohol. Okay. But you got 100 pairs of shoes sitting in your closet. Oh, I just like shoes. No. Okay, there's probably some sort of problem. Some people do retail therapy, right? They call it. Life gets tough, whatever, and they just want to go spend, and they spend, and they spend. Now, if you've got like millions of dollars and that's your thing, dude, whatever. But if that were the case, if that were the norm, consumer credit cards wouldn't be the mountainous debt and problem in the world and in America, mostly probably, that it is. What about gambling? We can go right down this list, guys. Gambling. Oh, it's just fun. I just like playing a little poker, a little blackjack, whatever. Well, not when you're, man, I don't know if there's a casino where you live, but not too far away, man. There's when you walk through a casino, I'm usually just heading toward the buffet because that's my thing is the food. But you pass these freaking ladies, the little old ladies, man, and they got their bucket of quarters and they're probably spending their trailer payment on the slot machines or whatever, and why do people gamble? Because they're chasing the big win. Maybe life sucks, maybe whatever, and they're it's the lure of what could be. It's that win, and they're craving and chasing the win. How about procrastination? I'll do it Monday. We all have excuses, right? I've talked about this one in a past video, but we all have excuses, and most of them stink. So the bottom line is I'm real good. I can procrastinate things away, and why? It's because whatever that we are supposed to do or need to do or have to do right now probably has a certain level of uncomfortable. It's easier just to sit, right? I can sit and I can watch TV, which leads me to the next one, doom scrolling. What about doom scrolling? How many of you, like me, I'm guilty, just freaking, just get scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I could watch like shorts, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. I could watch short reels for hours. Sad. Now I watch more YouTube than anything, and I do prefer longer form videos because then I can at least watch something that I'm interested in, like let's say pop-up camper renovations. And I could watch 20, 30 minutes on those. And I'm actually a pretty loyal watcher. I'll watch like the full video, Disneyland videos, walkthroughs, Disneyland vloggers, things like that, camping stuff, things that I'm interested in. And I find at least I'm getting some entertainment and education. But man, if you just sit there and doom scroll, there are some funny people out there. I don't know where they come up with this stuff, but it's just mindless, brain-numbing entertainment. And it's all meant to distract. It's a digital distraction, which takes you away from the things you probably should be focused on right now in your life. How about pornography? Now, some people go, oh, there's nothing wrong with pornography. I'm pretty sure science has proven it kills love. Definitely kills love in a marriage. For men, it objectifies women, makes you think about women differently. I don't think it's a good habit, but I think a lot of people get sucked into it. Again, it lines up with all these other things. How about anger? Emotional overreacting to things, living a life that is theatrical, filled with drama. You got these people, man, they're always in the drama. They're always, man, whether it be gossip, backbiting, just, any little thing that goes on in their life. It's a 5-alarm fire, right? And it's just burning them up. Debt, living beyond our limits, right? I'm going through these things. You're identifying with something here on this list. I promise you, whether you want to admit it or not. Laziness, taking the path of least resistance, trying to get from point A from point B without ruffling your own feathers, without making it too difficult on you. How about skipping workouts or sleeping in? All kind of ties into laziness. What about avoiding a difficult conversation? Man, it could be with a child, a spouse, a coworker, a boss. Have you asked for that raise in years? Or are you doing yourself a disservice because it's uncomfortable, right? How about shirking work responsibilities or passing the buck on to the next guy, not being able to admit fault, right? Oh, man, we're all in the workplace, right? Well, maybe some of you guys are retired, but man, how many people just pass the buck and say, it's not my fault, I didn't do it. I literally see people all the time just go, I didn't do it. I'm like, what are you, 2? No, you probably did have something to do with it. Just fess up and admit it and take accountability for where you're at, right? I see people, I watch a lot of reality TV. That's guilty pleasure. Kind of like, I like dating shows and crap like that. But I don't like it for the reason that you think I do, It's not about, hot young 20-year-olds, dating each other and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Dude, it's a social science experiment, man. I love it. I like Survivor. I love the social dynamic of the game and seeing how people react in situations psychologically. I'm not a therapist, but man, I'm into that kind of stuff, you know? And I love seeing how, man, you got your narcissists and you got your, people who are depressed, people who suffer from all sorts of freaking things. And it's interesting to me to see how they respond and react in different situations. But at the end of the day, we're all kind of in the same boat. We're all seeking comfort. We're all looking for, we just want to avoid reality. I mean, I love Disneyland. I'll admit it. I love it when you walk under the tunnel and walk into the berm, exactly how Walt designed it. The world outside is gone, and you are in the happiest place on earth. And it's busy, and things cost a lot of money and everything, and the food's really not all that great, but I love it. I love the sights, the sounds, the music, the rides, the food, the treats, which I don't do a lot of anymore. But it all just takes on different meaning because you're kind of just taking a step away from life. No different than sitting on a beach in Hawaii on vacation. You just kind of get to avoid everything that is real life, and you just get to relax or have fun and be passively entertained. But I think all these things do add up to one thing. Sometimes we do things because we're seeking validation, we're seeking relief. And I think it all boils down to this, is we're filling some sort of a void. It doesn't matter if it's food, pornography, alcoholism, doom scrolling, anything like that. You're filling some sort of void that's inside. And I think a powerful thing is when you wake up and you have the ability to say, take a look at yourself and say, why did I eat the Doritos? And you don't just say, oh, it's because I was in a party mood, or you don't just brush it off and you go, well, maybe take an internal audit and go, there's a deeper reason. And maybe I am not fulfilled in some area of my life. Maybe I need to set a goal in that area of life and work towards being fulfilled. Because I do think that really, 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 the inner peace comes from when who we are on the inside matches who we are on the outside. And that is self-worth, self-image, drive and ambition, the way we look, the way we take care of ourselves. All those things need to line up because we all have a visual on the inside of our brain of what we think we are and what we think we're worth. And I'm just here to tell you, your worth is greater than you think. You're better than you think. You're better than you know. You make a difference and you matter. And this isn't meaning to be in a motivational video or anything, but I think that, the fact of the matter is discomfort creates growth. And we all spend a lot of time avoiding the things that probably matter most. And it could be any one of those things on the list that I just kind of went through. But when we start to ask ourselves why, then we go a little bit deeper and you can identify why. Then you can kind of reset the boundaries and the rules where you say, I'm going to do the hard things first. I'm going to take care of that business, because success in anything is quite a boring concept because it's doing the right thing over and over and over and being persistent until you get the result that you want. And so, things that change us are usually hard. We've talked about it before. You can choose your hard. So be uncomfortable. Put yourself in those uncomfortable situations. Do the things that are hard. Do the things that because reality is the things that hurt us are usually easy. It's easy to sit on the couch, doom scroll Instagram, and eat a bag of potato chips. It's a lot harder to say, all right, get off your ass and go on a 2-mile walk. Get off your freaking butt and go in the gym and lift some weights. Go grocery shopping, buy some healthy food, and come home, make a menu, make a meal plan, and eat something that's gonna give you results that you're looking for. The weight loss journey, guys, is up and down. There's highs, there's lows. We lose some. I don't think any Any weight loss journey is not like this. The graph doesn't look like that. The graph looks like this, right? And hopefully it goes, but it's going like this. So as I look over the last 3 months, my graph definitely looks like that. There are bumps in the road, but it still overall is a steady decline down. The weight is coming off, things are happening, and we're getting a lot of love and support from the comments and from the community. But here's my word of advice. Just when you think that the way that life is designed, God, the universe, whatever cosmic force you believe in, the way it's designed is we're here to go through the refiner's fire and to be tested and to prove ourselves. And so you're never going to be out of problems. There's always going to be something. So, and the second you think that, man, I got this thing dialed in, well, then your issue is probably pride. You're probably selfish. You're probably stubborn. You're probably an SOB that nobody really likes to be around. But the bottom line is we all have things that are hard. We all have things that we deal with, and we all are constantly trying to put down the bag of Doritos. Whatever that represents for you. Could be all sorts of things like we've talked about. So I want you guys to know that I believe in you. I believe in myself, and I'm going to hit that goal, and I believe you can too. So I appreciate you being here. Thanks for taking the time with me today. If you made it to the end, yeah, thanks. We're doing it every single day if you're new around here, so follow along, and we'll love you guys. See you tomorrow. Dude. Out. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow's a live stream, 7 p.m. Don't forget. 7 p.m. tomorrow night, Mountain Standard Time. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but we're going to do it for an hour. So see you then. Dude out.